Hi, I'm Michael Warf. I make YouTube content where creativity and tech collide. Those are some of my interests. Welcome to my channel, Warf at Work. And today I really want to talk about getting shit done. Ah, shit. A pretty popular show on Netflix right now is Cleaning Up or Tidying Up with Con Marie. And it's basically this Japanese lady who comes into your house and injects a bunch of Shinto mysticism about your minimalist or lack of minimalist lifestyle, helps you change your life by getting rid of the clutter. And so today I want to build on that about getting rid of some mental clutter. And by that, I'm talking not necessarily about physical things, but I'm talking about things that keep you up at night, that are unfinished projects or things you need to do or things you need to say. I had an experience with this recently, finishing a project. I'm a creative person, and a lot of creative people I know have the type of personality where they love to start projects. Starting projects is an awesome thing. There's this romance period with new projects that says, hey, I'm in love with this. I want to finish this. I'm looking at the end goal. I love the process. And then somewhere along the way, either when it gets hard or when it gets mundane or boring, you think, I need that excitement by another project. And you start something else and you end up having 25 projects on the go and nothing done. And that was my life recently. But what I learned is that pushing through that middle ground, that no man's land of when projects aren't fun anymore and when they're boring or they're tough, is more rewarding finishing that project than starting something new. So rather than escaping the hard stuff, pushing through for me gave me a good reminder that getting stuff done is more important than starting something new. I have the type of personality where I think my ideal job would be maybe working in a tech startup or an incubator. I love the idea of meeting a new team, hearing their ideas, and helping them refine those over time into something that would be able to be viable for market or for investors, and building that just to the point where they're ready to go and build something and watch them fly like little birds. And then meeting another team and hearing about their great idea and then helping that process over and over again. I love the idea of leveraging that on a professional level with that new and exciting idea. What's your idea? What's your idea? Hey, what's your idea? Let's refine it to a point where you're ready, and then probably never want to see you again. I think that's maybe a level of commitment. And maybe I got commitment issues, creative commitment issues, tech commitment issues. I don't know. But recently I've been into 3D printing. I made what my friends call, quite frankly, a stupid project. And on the surface, it is a stupid project. I went and made a kid's mobile, you know, the ones that hanging mobiles for nurseries and things. I took it, I saw this design online by a French designer. I think the shop is called Le Fab Shop. And it was this really cool minimalist hanging mobile for kids. And it kind of spoke to me a little bit. And I thought, you know what, I want to make that, but I want to give it my own spin. So I want to do the man-den version of this little kid's mobile. So rather than bright primary colors and plastics, I really wanted to create it out of wood and, you know, black and mahogany and some grays, and just really go super neutral and earthy with it. And so I did. I started printing out these things on the 3D printer. And after about 3 or 4 tries, I realized that my 3D printing skills need to be developed a little more. And it got hard. And I wanted to abandon it. And then I realized, wait a minute. I've abandoned a few projects over the past couple of years that probably have frustrated my spouse and other people. I have a bathroom reno that has been sat unfinished for years. I have an electric bike project that is sitting in the garage for season 3. Not electrified, and I wish it was. And so I got to thinking about finishing stuff and, you know, getting to that point. I was at that point in the Bird Mobile project where it started to get hard. But then I reminded myself about why I started. And that, I think, is the key to finishing. And so I thought, well, okay, no one really knows about this Bird Mobile. If I ditch it right now, I've wasted some plastic, wasted some time. No one's the wiser. And I thought to myself, well, I really want to hang and display that. And the original attraction to that piece is why I started in the first place. And then I started thinking about abandoning it to build something else. And I realized that something else needed skills that I didn't have. And I realized that the finishing skills I needed to sand and stain and glue and finish this bird mobile were the basic foundations for the project that I was sort of romancing as the thing to ditch with. And so I stuck through it. I printed these things out multiple times. There was a cloud that I started. The cloud was the biggest piece I had printed. And the cloud I printed 3 times. The first time I printed in the wrong plastic and it came out all stringy with really thin walls, and it just wasn't a good idea. And so when I printed it in wood, the wood filament, it's 30% fiber, so it's bamboo or some other kind of wood fiber. And so it jammed halfway through. And if you know anything about 3D printing, this is now, 10, 20 hours into the project of 2 failed attempts for one piece of a mobile. And this mobile has 7 birds and some connectors and a cloud. So you're really looking at a commitment of 30 hours of printing time just to get some usable components out. So once I got a good print with the cloud, I got over that hump and the project re-energized me a little more. And I was able to push through because I saw some coworkers with this wood fiber that they were printing out in 3D. I saw their finished projects sanded and stained, and I thought, man, that doesn't look like 3D print. I really want this thing to be done so I can have that same level of feeling of accomplishment. And so where am I going with all this? Well, basically, my personality by default wants to start stuff and not finish it. And I think in a team that works really well. I think in a team there's a leader who kind of sees a vision and a strategy and a big picture to say, here's what we need to do. Here's the path we need to go on. Let's start here, and constantly kind of is the scout to see strategically what's upcoming for that team and looking at potential problems while the team is working on, sort of cleaning up the mess behind that leader. But, there's other personalities that don't really like that early discovery work. It just wants the defined project to work on and that satisfaction of pushing through. And everyone wants a pizza party at the end. But, there's some real satisfaction to finishing. And so for me, that satisfaction of finishing that bird mobile is not that it's a stupid project. I now have the skills for sanding and staining and working with wood composites to build something even bigger. And that's something I'm currently working on. Will I ever finish the bathroom reno? That's kind of a financial constraint, but I hope so. And I sure as heck hope I finish that electric bike project I was telling you about. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say in this vlog today. You might notice there are some differences around here this season in Warf at Work, and one of the major differences ties right into the theme of this vlog, and that is this setup. So this is a studio setup. This is a set. This isn't a room in my house. I didn't have anywhere really to film, and I wanted a certain vibe for my videos. So what I did is I went and scored this couch off a classified ad off Kijiji, and I put up some brick wall panels and painted them. This is just my basement. I'm in an unfinished basement right now, although with the environment, you'd never tell. And I finished. So, hey, I got 2 projects completely done. Having this thing finished and sitting and recording in it, super rewarding. So tell me in the comments, what are some of the things that you have started and wish you could finish, and what's preventing you, what's holding you back from doing so? Maybe we could be the Con Marie / David Allen and call it the life-changing magic of getting shit done. Let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you. If you like this kind of video, this is the kind of content. I put out tech content, creative content, some lifestyle stuff that I put out on a consistent basis. And if you like it, hit like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.